right. Just making sure, as per usual, that we are live on my end. Jamming it out. And it looks like we are live. Yes. We just had Josh O's seating round for the Kickback Battle 2021 RC505 Mark II Loopstation Edition as a premiere, so hope you guys enjoyed that. But here we are for another episode 67. Yes. Get that energy up. And yeah, once again, it's your boy Scott Jackson, repping for Swiss Beatbox. Big shout outs to Fortis Watches. Make sure you go and check them out. Great watch company. Hey, we'll talk about that in a second because that's one of the prizes for the kickback as well. So you never know what's going to be on your wrist at the end of it. Today we have on the show, man, I've got to go and introduce, and host while he's been doing battles at the World Champs, at the
You're very low.
Is that better?
Better, much better.
All right. I don't really know what happened there. Might have stepped on a cable wrong, and I really hope that didn't affect my loop station, because that'd be not good.
We hear the music.
But if I put the music down a little bit, can you hear me better like that?
Yep.
Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Hey now. Let's try that again. What up, everybody? Sorry about that little technical difficulty there on my end. But yeah, today on the show, episode 67, Beyond the Beats, right here live on Swiss Beatbox. We have Mr. Robin Cavales. Okay, excuse my English style of saying things. But repping for Box Office, repping for Squid, repping for Corbeau Tribu, repping for Toomback Company, Les Frères Chartreuse, representing as well for finally the Organic Orchestra Company, where he does a bunch of workshops. So ladies and gentlemen, give it up for a gentleman who's representing as well in the Kickback Battle, like I just said. Give it up for Robin.
Hi.
Yeah, man. How are you today?
I'm very good. We just saw the Josh O sitting around, so maybe we can react to it. I don't know. Or no, it's not the plan tonight, right? Okay.
Well, we can react to the after effect of what you thought of it, but man, it's good to have you on the show. And again, it was nice to go and look up a lot of stuff and see more of the projects you've been a part of, because I've seen you in battles. I've seen you as Squid, obviously, Box Office, Loopstation battles, in the solo, but then seeing some of the outside productions that you've been a part of and the other groups, like I mentioned in your intro.
Yeah.
Very interesting work, man. Very interesting work.
And you found my hidden band, Les Frères Chartreuse, but we will maybe talk about. But you found one of my very secret bands.
Yeah, man, it was pretty cool though. I liked it because it shows a different side of you. And again, I had only the French to English translation of trying to understand some of the lyrics, but it seemed pretty funny stuff, and the way that it also just the singing and everything came together. So, but yeah, man, good to have you on. Before we start, I always want to start off on a good note. People always want to go and ask this right off the bat. So, do you mind doing a little showcase to start off the show correctly?
Yeah, of course. I just need to unplug this mic.
Absolutely.
Let's go. Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, right here live with Robin. This is Beyond the Beats, episode 67. You already know what to do if you're sitting at home. He's setting up, switching over cables, and gonna get on that right away. But we're gonna get this going. And ladies and gentlemen, I see Brez is in there. Ooh la la! Representing for Squid. Let's go. So Robin, if you're ready, I'm ready. People at home, y'all ready? Ish. Let's do this. I say the 3. Y'all say the 2 and the 1. You can turn yourself up a little bit. In 3. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Starting off with a banger.
And here I am.
And now you're back. Man, started off with a banger. Absolutely, man. Yeah. And before we start, the first question goes out to Brez. Brez wants to know, will Robin prepare lunch for me tomorrow because he's heading over to your place? So he wants to know, are you going to prepare lunch?
Depends what time he arrives.
All right, well maybe we'll see what type of thing. What would you make for lunch for Brez right off the bat if you had to think of something? What's something that you like cooking?
Maybe squid or something. Brez love to eat chicken, so maybe I can prepare chicken with curry sauce and rice, something like this.
All right, so you know your way around the kitchen.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh man, that sounds delectable. I might have to go and investigate some curry myself today.
Okay, great.
Yeah, man. So yeah, again, it's way to go start the show with a bang, smashing it right off the bat. And you have a very interesting career so far. And again, you're involved in GBB as well as kickback battles, so you have a lot of different things that are going on. But right off the bat, I want to go and ask you about the new Mark II. I wanted to go and ask you about that. We talked a bit about it on the live stream with the rest of the competitors, but since we have you on and you've had the time to go and work with it and start using it, could you just give some pointers and tips for people that are maybe thinking about upgrading the RC505 when it comes out to the Mark II in the fourth quarter? Things you like about it, and just in general your overall impression of the Mark II.
Yeah, I can, of course. And just for the track I just played, I did not work on the 505 till 1 month or something, and it was very strange for me to come back to the old loop station, because now that I have the MK2, I switched to the MK2 to work, and every looper will do the same. And yeah, I'm just gonna take the MK2. She's here.
Absolutely. Once again, if you guys haven't found out about this yet, the Swiss SBX Kickback Battle 2021 Loopstation Edition with the RC505 is the RC505 Mark II, which is shown right here. And that's the prototype of the looper. There's a bunch of new features on it and a lot of different things they're making improvements on. So yeah, man, talk us through it, man. It's something I'm interested in as well, because I'm sitting with an RC505 right here in my lap, but I definitely want to hear your opinion of it and things that you think they got really right and smashed on it, you know?
It's great. It's definitely great. We were waiting for since a long time for a new loop station. And first, with the other participants of the kickback, we heard about the new loop, but we didn't know anything on it. We didn't know if there is 5 or 7 tracks, or what's the name, what's the color. We didn't knew anything. And we all started to think, what do I want on the next loop? And for my case, all I wanted is here. So it's very good. I can only talk about what I use on this loop station, but there is many possibilities. So the first thing which changes life are these 4 FX. So we have 3 on the old one, and here we have 4. And we don't have only 4, we have 16, because there is 4 banks. So for example, the beginning of my track, I will use I don't know, reverb, harmonizer, delay, I don't know. And then I need 3 different effects. I just have to switch another bank, and all is prepared, and let's go. And I can do this 4 times. So this basically is great. We don't have anymore to go to the menus and look for our effects and everything. Another thing which is great is the sound. It's really better. We don't have this we have every time on the 505. We don't have it anymore. The sound is much better. I know it's 32-bit floated, but I don't really know what it means. Sinjo would tell this better than me. But really the sound in the microphone and when you record is so much better. And this is great. One thing that I love, you can put 2 microphones. I did not try yet. You can put, if you want, a piano, a guitar. So this will helps me a lot because I use Boss and I use a separated pedal for my old 505. And what is great is the outputs. In the 505, you have one main output, left, right, when you don't plug yourself in USB. Here we have 3, 1, 2, 3, which means if I want my drums here in a separated track, I can. If I want my bass in a separate track, I can. I can set up everything in the machine, and in my computer I have like 3 lines. And after for the mix, it's wonderful. So this is next level, yeah. And so yeah, this is not the final product. During the from the day we received the loop since today, with the other participants and the judges, and most of it inky, the loop station had a lot of bugs. Like sometimes you have to reset it, or sometimes you put an effect since it's another one. So we were working to list the bugs and send to the Japanese developers in Boss. And with Sinjo also helped a lot, of course. And we had updates, a lot of updates, maybe 10, I don't know, for the prototype to be better. So yeah, it's like discovering something new. It's like it looks like the 505, but believe me, it's you have to think totally different. Even the screen and the menus are very different. And one last thing, if you don't mind, are these 4 buttons just under the screen. Those 4 buttons, you can assign whatever you want. For example, this one, I use it to change memories, like go from memory 1 to 99. This is the initial setup. And this I can put what I want. For example, increase reverb. For example, change the banks. For example, put up the microphone. And this is really useful in a round. So you don't have to go to the menu. You just do this, and you can choose everything. And I'm sure this is only 10% of what the loop station can do, what I use.
But already you can see, just from having different banks that you're allowed to work with, different presets, it just kind of makes the workflow faster, and delivering it on stage, I take it, would make it easier once you get a hold of it.
I think it's harder because with the old loop, as there is only 3 effects, we cannot do what we want. So we have to be very precise and to make decisions for our tracks. If I want an effect, I can have only one, and it will be this one. Now we can do a lot of different effects. Tracks sounds better, of course, but the time of preparing that the track sounds better is very long for me, because we can do a lot of things. So it must sound very good. So we have to be very precise on the settings. And even if I'm not the looper who uses the most effects, as I have this new possibility to, I don't know, put tremolo delay or something, I try, and sometimes I like, and I put a setting, and it's something more to think during the round. And for sure, yeah, kickback is very hard. And I don't remember how long it took for me to be to feel good on the 505, but I will need a lot of time to feel good on the MK2, and I'm pretty sure it's the same for the 7 other loopers.
Again, new machine, new possibilities, and a lot of different things you can do with it. So if the more stuff and more possibilities, I guess it is a thing that you're gonna have to work on. But I'm happy to hear that the machine's coming along and the prototype is being built upon. So when they do release it to the public and people get the opportunity to buy it and use it, they already have things to watch, like the kickback, and eventually more people have the ideas of what possibilities are out there. So very excited to go and see what you do for your rounds. And thus far, talking about the kickback battle, before I get into your career, your impression so far of the kickback battle, maybe people that you want to face, people that you don't want to face, things that you like about the way it is, and just overall impression of the kickback battle for yourself so far.
I'm so excited of this thing. I realized when the official announcement of the new machine, when Swiss Beatbox did the official announcement that there is a new machine, and we were allowed to post picture with the machine, and I realized how big this thing is. It's the new loop station. It's crazy, and we are only 8, and we will be the first video ever with this new machine. And I was hyped, and I'm now super hyped, and I really take seriously this competition. I will try my best, of course, but it's like we are so lucky to have this new machine. We need to put our best, all 8 of us, and so I'm waiting 9 o'clock in France every night to see the rounds of my opponents, and I love what I see, and I'm looking at them like this and analyzing everything, and how did he do that? Wow! And can't wait to see the others, and can't wait the battles to start. And like I was saying you before we started the live, I think Josh O will be the hardest opponent for me, I guess. And I really love what he does, and he's very, very strong. And I only heard one time what he did tonight, but I don't want to be against him, I guess, and I don't want to be against Mirza too, because he's a friend. But if we have to, we will, of course. And now I can't wait to know who I will battle in the quarters, and we will have to record very fast our 2 rounds. So I'm trying to prepare different options, and we will see. It's hard because to build a loop station round, it takes a lot of time. And like yesterday, I did 4 hours of loop station, and I did only shit, like only bad tracks. And today I came back at my home, and I did like 45 minutes of loops, and I found something incredible. So and time is running, so we will see. Yeah.
Well, I got faith that you're going to bring heat. You're going to bring fire, man. I have total faith in you to go and bring a very high level, and no matter who you're against, you're going to be able to bring a good fight against anybody. So and watching back now and getting more into where you started and how you got into beatboxing. Before beatboxing, you right now you play piano, you play guitar, you sing, and you teach piano as well. You give lessons, from what I could see, if I'm not mistaken on that. And so you're very musically inclined. And what got you into music originally? What was your interest before beatboxing? What made you so interested in pursuing musical as a career?
When I was a kid, my parents forced me to learn music, like, and I really sang them. Like I did music lessons when I was a kid. I don't know, 5, 6 years old, and I learned piano during maybe 8 years in a small music school. And I was a really bad student because I did not work what my teacher wanted me to work, but I played a lot of piano, but like what I wanted to play. And yeah, that's how I started music. And when I was teenager, like 14 or 15, I stopped because I wanted to play video games, I guess. I don't know. And but I always continued to play piano, yeah. And later on, I discovered guitar with a friend and drums and stuff like that. Yeah, and I mostly learned on my own, except piano, yeah, the other instruments and beatbox, of course.
Yeah, well, you can see it shining through into the way that you approach beatboxing and looping, because you're very musically inclined. You're in key. Your notes hit when you're trying to hit them, and you put together a piece. You can compose a piece that's cohesive and it's well thought out musically, and something I appreciate about your style.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of harmony. That's what I prefer that's what I hear the first, let's say, when I listen to music. Yeah, chords. I really love this, and it's what gives me goosebumps when I hear music. And depends what chords, of course, but yeah, when I was a kid, I learned that, but I did not understand that because I was a kid. And after when I did university, I did music university when I was 19 something, and there I learned the musical theory, and there I understood what I was doing since I'm a kid, and this changes everything. And for me personally, when I play music, even when I do loop station rounds, I want to find the atmosphere and chords a lot of the time, bass line and yeah, lines. This is and
And that,
this is due to my studies later on, and I advise every beatboxer, every looper to try to understand harmony using a piano. Maybe take lessons because it opens a lot of things very very important. And I mean with the loop station, yeah, I don't hear what I do, right? If you have a there, you can put a second note, and it can be a major, it can be minor, and etc. etc. And when you learn this and hear this, it's easier to do what you want, what you hear. Do it with your mouth, yeah. Understanding what you do.
and when did you start really practicing before beatboxing, but vocals and starting to be able to sing in key?
I had a rock band when I was in high school, like 18 years old, and I was the singer of the band. And I did really bad singing with a lot of vibrato, stuff like this. It was the beginning.
Groove something?
It was La France d'en bas, old group, old band. And
I tried to find these things out. I was searching, I couldn't find.
Yeah, this is very old, and I'm not sure there is anything on YouTube, but by the way. And there I took lessons during my studies of singing, but I'm not a singer. I don't like my voice, for example, but like most of the people. But with the loop station, it's very different because the loop station competitions are with only with the voice for now. Yeah, I have to use my voice, and I I like it. I mean now, using my voice, and I see people like it too. So I try to do it, but I'm not a professional singer or something now. And I never sing lyrics because my English accent is terrible, and it's more terrible when I sing. But but I like to sing, yeah, for sure. I like to make melodies with
Well,
my voice.
like the people you talk of, I enjoy your voice. I think it's very very good, and when you put it, especially from what I've seen on the loop station, it definitely comes through. And you should embrace that, man. Embrace it. It's good.
Thank you.
So yeah, so you played piano, you get into guitar, you get into drums, and you said I saw an interview. It was a written interview, it was in French. The translation might be a little bit off, but it was one when they were asking you um about how you've got into beatboxing, and you said that you weren't sure the exact time that you found beatboxing. You don't remember how or when you found out about beatboxing, but with when you met Ezra, and he when you worked and saw him and stuff, is when you really took an interest into it. So could you kind of, if you can remember at all anything, is there something that you can go either than that, or is there something that triggered it that you're like, oh, I want to pursue this and want to go and really try to do beatboxing? Because you said around 18 years old is when you really got into beatboxing.
So Google Translate did the job. Yeah.
Hey now.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't remember who was the first I saw or what was the first video I saw. I don't remember. I have a few memories of when I started the first sounds I learned and stuff like this. I think I knew who was Ezra before I started to beatbox. Ezra was very close to my ex girlfriend's family. So, and Ezra was living in my hometown, Le Mans. So I knew who he was, and I was very fan of him. And at this time, he was maybe the most famous, or not the most famous, but the one doing the lot of shows in France. And yeah, I remember discovering him, and maybe afterward I started beatboxing. I don't remember, to be honest. And yeah, I think I was 18, something like this. But and then I met Ezra, and at the same time I was increasing my level, my beatbox level, and yeah, I cannot say a lot more because I don't remember. Sorry.
Oh no, man! It's like quite a few years ago, to say the least. And that same college that you were in for music is when you met eventually who would be your partner in box office. Is that where you met? Is that where you met him and Sib?
Ouais, yeah, CB. University. I was maybe 20, something like this. Music university in a city called Tours in France. And first day we were like 300 students, and the guy from the university, the boss, say to us, "You are 300. Next year you will be 80, and the year after you will be 30. That's it." And I was like, okay. And the first day I met Sibe, and he was beatboxing in the street. I don't remember what we did at this time, but like very basic stuff. And I was, so I came to beatbox with him, and yeah, it was the first time we met. With beatboxed. It was maybe the second time I saw a beatboxer in my life after Ezra, maybe I don't know. And we did our studies together, like 5 years. And after 5 years, we created Box Office. Yeah.
And
So
that turned out to be something very successful. Very successful.
Yeah. And now that you reminds me when I was younger, yeah, it took maybe 6, 7, 8 years to have a correct beatbox level, and now it takes 3 months for the newcomers to be super good. Yeah, other time.
As I'm happy about that though. Honestly, it's nice to go and see people. If the next generation isn't better than the previous generation, they're not pushing it forward, then the previous generation failed. So it's beautiful to go and see, kids and 12-year-olds and people just that are crazy already. So it's like I can't wait to go and see where the world of beatboxing will be taken in the future for sure. But you meet up with him, and when do you start going to competitions? Because the first thing I could see was 2011 was the first competition I found with anything that you went to, French championships, and that's where not only do you go on and you make it through the elimination round, you beat Pondyman and then eventually lose to Kist in the solos, but that's where you guys as box office go up against Neufest Sound System and end up taking home the French championship for tag team. So yes. So was that one of your first experiences in the beatbox scene in an event like that in battle sense?
The first was the year before French championships in 2010, and it was in my hometown, Le Mans, and it was organized by Ezra, who was running Beatbox France at this time. And it was first beatbox event. Like with Sibe, we were studying together since 4 years, I guess, and we were practicing beatbox, and we tried, both of us, the French championship only in solo category, and we did not get in the French champs we are like 40, and then we take 16 of us to go to the battles, and I did not the top 16, and Sibe did not too. And it was the first I can remember a lot of things from this first championship. I think every beatboxer remembers his first championships. I remember seeing Alem, who was with Dawan, just like first time I see, and it was already very energetic. I remember seeing Flashbox, the French champion woman, and like no one knew her at this time, and she had the best snare of the world, like the K snare. We were all, what the fuck is this? And it was very nice, very, very good experience to see the one you know only from videos in real, and to see how friendship is the community and welcoming for the new ones. And it was very nice, yeah. And after that, we decided to work a tag team, with Sibe during our studies. And 1 year later, we went to the 2011 French Championship in Lille, organized by Black Adopo, and we won in crew categories. There were no tag team category at this time, but we were a tag team against the tag team Nocive Sound System, Kim and Rafiki, and it was one of the best day of my life, I guess. Incredible, the sensation of achieving something you've been preparing for since 6 months or something. It's just and you prepare thing. You don't know how public will react, how people, how judges will react, and you are on stage doing it, and you know it works, and you know it's gonna pay, and it's very powerful sensation. What we can do beatboxing,
And I loved when I first saw that, because I remember watching that as it was happening back in 2011 and seeing the videos come out. But I loved how you guys had such a sense of tag and doing, you know, the hand signals and everything, and it was very choreographed piece. And I think that's something that a lot of people have started doing more of, and doing more choreographed things and pieces in their sets. And was that something that you guys picked up on through schooling together, or was that something that just came to your mind as you're preparing for the battle?
Probably people did it before. I don't know, but we were preparing our rounds and giving a very important spot to the I don't know how to say in English, how you are on stage and what people see. And we started to imagine the earth, and we give the earth, and after what we started to do what we call the echo, like one does a and the other does a, and I think it was new at this time, and it's so basic, like you just and the other one, and the crowd was just crazy. It like and it's if you look at the video again, we sound so bad. We are so bad beatboxing, like but it's still a crazy memory in my mind. And we tried new stuff, and how do you, I just look at Google Translate something. Excuse me.
Oh no, not a problem.
Staging,
yes.
Yeah.
Staging's.
We tried staging stuff, and it worked. And after what we saw a lot of tag teams doing staging, and it's so cool to see this. And I don't say it's from us, but it's very important how you are on stage, not just look at your shoes and
Absolutely, the way you present yourself on stage and be able to interact with your crowd. And after winning the champs, you did a whole bunch of shows with him, going around and touring that set, and going even to Denmark and doing shows that I saw. And then 2016, you end up creating a show where I think the translation is "the loop is buckled," is what it was, translated to English.
Could be "loop is looped."
Loop is looped. Okay, well, maybe then.
It's something we can say in French, la boucle est bouclée. It means okay, I did all what I wanted to do. Time. This can mean this in a conversation.
And that's a solo show that you've been working and doing, and you still, again, just all the stuff that I saw you get into. When do you start seeing a loop station, start working with a loop station? Because you can see that you do it with the RC300. You do tutorials for it. You do different videos where you're playing guitar, piano into it and looping that as well. And when do you start seeing a loop station as an option to use beatboxing into?
I remember I watched a lot of loop station videos, but not beatbox. I watched a French guitarist called M. He's a crazy guitarist, and he was using the Jamman, the blue one, you know. And I just love that. And I also listened to a French singer called Anaïs, and she was using a loop station Jamman too. and it was too expensive for me when I was a younger student or something. And the first one I had was the RC300, and I made it pay by someone I was working for, something like this, when I was teaching to kids. And instead of paying me, they bought the loop station. I think it's something like this. And yeah, it was for loop station for guitarists, so very hard to push on it, and 3 tracks. But I did my first show with this machine. And then I also had to save money to get the 505. I remember the first GBB with the 505 is, I think, Firebrass versus Hobbit, the finals. I think it's the first one with the 505. Maybe I'm wrong. And I know that I waited 2 years after this GBB to get my own 505. So yeah, it took time because it was expensive. Yeah.
And did you immediately be able to go and connect with the looping? And even the early videos that I found of you using the 300 and then going on to the 505, but it seems like you just naturally came by it because you already had, like we talked about before, chords in your head, other musical experience of composition. So did you find it not easy, but did you find it you were able to go and pick it up looping because you've also worked with a teammate and different programs musically? Did you find it something that you could pick up and immediately have some success with and be able to go and make the basic loop ideas work?
At the beginning, I did not plan to battle with the loop station. This is something I know. I just wanted to make music and use guitar and keyboard and stuff like this and make songs, because what I saw from battles, I was thinking I was not capable to do stuff like that, like hard stuff, you know. And I used a lot the loop station just for me, just doing music, and I think my looping style took time to create, and it took long for me to say to myself, what you do, you can do it in a battle round, no problem. And I think I tried a GBB in
2016.
And the year before, maybe I tried 2015. And yeah, year after year, and also meeting the French community and other loopers, I decided to try to go on battles. But at the beginning, it was just for fun, just to make music in my room, I guess. And yeah, the 505 was a revolution. Like compared to the 300, it's made for beatboxers. So all the difference is here, and I can understand why now it's so popular. And now you have loopers who are not even beatboxers, you know. It's it took a very important place, the loop station, in the beatbox community.
100%. It's one of my favorites when I'm hosting and getting to watch what people create. It's amazing to see the techniques on it. And Brez chimes in again and says, fun fact, it was Robin who is the looper that inspired me to begin battles. He says you were the first looper that amazed him live and made him start working on rounds the day after he saw you at the French Champs. Because 2016, you go to GBB, you battle Tioneb, but you make it into the past the elimination rounds and get into the battles. Presented very well when it was in Basel and the GBB. And then 2017, though, the first ever French Loop Station Championship, you end up going home and taking the W again. Yes. So it's something that, again, you seemingly the battles that you get into, you place well and or win so far. So you have a good track record, my friend. And 2017 as well, you get your first solo SBX shout out with Na 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 actually doing that. And actually but actually getting to go and get a shout out for them, and you just continue to get that opportunity. And you've been in 2 world championships, 2015 with the crew battle that you were in with Box Office,
Tag team, yeah. Tag team,
or sorry, tag team with Box Office, and then 2018 again you make it past the elimination round for Loopstation. And France is just such a strong community, and all obviously across the board in beatboxing, but Loopstation again is another one you guys don't at all have any weakness. There's no weakness in the French community, because you end up getting the top 8 but losing to Sorrow, who ended up becoming world champ. We all know who Sorrow is, so it's been great to go and see you get that success, becoming the French champ once again. You got into, making vocal total you would have made into had it not canceled, obviously, or been postponed. Multiverse you got to see you there. And you got battled Enemy and Thorson, and just seeing that down the list, you keep on pushing and pushing, and now you're in the kickback battle and more to come. So it's exciting to go and see. And for you, just overall, where do you see yourself Loopstation wise and battle wise? What are your goals that you have? Are there battles? Would you ever go back and do the French champs again for Loopstation? Would you want GBB, obviously? Is there other battles that interest you in doing?
Of course, I love battles. There is always a time you say, this is my last battle, and I say this till 5-6 years, I don't know. But I still like battles. But French champs, maybe one day, maybe in tag team loop, if there is this category at the next French Loopstation Championships, I would love to. There's a lot of loopers I would love to work with. GBB for sure. GBB, I went to only one, and I did participate to only one, and it was such a good experience, and I want to feel this again. And I'm doing the next GBB, but as there is the kickback at the same time, and I will put a lot of my energy in the kickback, because this is something big for me, the kickback, and I love this video battle. This is a concept I'm comfortable with, like record 40 times if you want your round, and yeah, and the GBB is coming very, very fast, and I'm not enough prepared to go far. I will do my best for sure, and I will try to pass the elimination round, but I have to do my elimination round, and I have nothing for my elimination round. But I will. I always come to a battle prepared, but I would love to do a GBB and like arrive super prepared, like all the winners of GBB arrived in the past. And yeah, that's all. As we don't know about the World Championships, I can't say if there is one. I don't know if I can do it or do a wildcard or something. We will see when we know.
Yeah, that's something that has not been released. I haven't seen any seen anything about it, so we'll see. We'll see. We're all waiting and seeing how that goes. But it's another thing that I saw in an interview that you did. It was a text interview, but I forget exactly where I saw this, but it was an article, and again, Google Translate. Let's see. But you said that you don't like ever going on stage and doing the freestyling. You don't like to freestyle. You prefer to do very prepared things when it comes to performance wise. And this might be off on translation, but do you find yourself when you get into a battle, do you ever have those moments of trying to like Enemy does and flips someone's round quickly on a loop station and then trying to do your round and fitting it in? Do you ever find yourself having that inkling or wanting to do that?
I would love to be able to do that. But yeah, my point is like my solo show, for example, La Boucle est Bouclée. All is prepared from A to Z, and I control everything, every sound, every all is prepared. And when you look at the show, it looks so unprepared, and this is the point. On stage, I like to feel to play a role or something, but I'm very focused on what I do, and I don't improvise on stage because I'm scared of doing something bad, basically. And I would love to do that. And I tried a bit to do that after talking with Tioneb, because Tioneb in every show he improvises a song at the end, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's very good. And I try to do this because I know I'm capable of hearing piano and drums and do something cool. But for a battle and in Loopstation, it's hard to improvise something. I know only one guy who did it, and it's Tioneb against Ibarra, if I'm not wrong. And wow. Like your opponent do something and okay, let's go. No, crazy. Yes, but for the kickback battle, we will see. Maybe it's possible.
We will see, because it's going to be going back and forth, right? So you might have time to...
Because we have 1 day between each rounds, and you can see 1 or 2 rounds of your opponent, depending how you are ranked in the seeding rounds. And maybe it's possible to do flips, yeah, I don't know. We will see. Maybe I will try, maybe not, I don't know.
It's something to wonder about once you get to that, and it's going to be... very interesting, a very interesting battle to say the least. Brez, I don't know, he's been with us the whole time. I'm happy. Shout out to Brez, by the way. Ish. You guys put out Léon Bien as a collab.
On est bien.
Oh.
Là on est bien, pardon.
So you guys put out a collab video, but he was asking if you had anything to say about La Fluvials concert that you guys had. He said you'd have something interesting to say on something like that. I don't really know if there's something about that you want to go and say.
I made the worst show of my life 3 weeks ago, like the worst. And Brez was here because he was playing in a restaurant, and it was good where he was. Man, where I was so bad. I don't know how to say it in English. I played in a bar where they sell cigarettes in France, and I played in front of 4 people, and there were Brez and his girlfriend and a friend of mine, and that's all. And at the end of the bar, there were drunk people, they wanted to hear blues or something, and it was me and my loop station, and I felt so lonely. And the name of this place is what Brez said, Le Fluvial.
Well, on the plus side though, it's good. You did a very private show for 4 people, and you know what? You got through it no matter what. That's what a showman does. It gets through it. So congratulations. Get that one out of your system. And now talking about outside of the beatbox specific world when it comes to tag teams, crews, and because obviously you'll be in GVV for Squid as well. So there's a lot of different projects you're working on, but you recently just released Custom Heroes, and it was with Corbo, and you got what was that, 5 songs that I found, and that's an interesting group because you're playing you are beatboxing, looping, and you have some cymbals and set up with percussion, and you're playing with a bassist and a synthesizer, and there's all sorts of stuff going on. So could you explain, because I started seeing videos around 2016, 2017 with that group as a project. So that's something that I've seen, like you were doing a ton of shows with and a lot of stuff with them. So can you explain to the people how that came to be, and also where people can go and get your music that you've put out? I know that you have a YouTube channel, but could you just kind of go down that project, because it's very interesting?
Cool, thank you. Yeah, it's my band basically. It's called Corbo, Corbo, and we are doing electro rock rap, something like this. It's hard to say what we do, and I do shows with them since 4 years, and we are like a band, like a rock band, together, rehearsing and being on the road and doing shows. And yeah, we did an, do we say hippie in English? Like not
Yes, hippies.
not a
Much
disc.
love and peace, and yes.
No, not this one.
Oh.
EP, like oops.
Oh, an EP. Yes. Sorry, I thought you said hippie as in like,
Yeah, I
peace
got it.
then, you know, like very Woodstockish.
Not this one, yeah. Not this hippie. And yeah, we did 5 or 6 songs, I don't remember. It's called Hero sur mesure, yeah, custom hero. And we are on every platform if you want to hear. And we have a new album coming out in 2 months, but there is not the name for now. We changed one musician in the band, and now we have a style more electronic and aggressive, and it's cool. And I play with them next week near Nantes in France.
And you're just continuously, but that's something that's interesting too, when you have knowledge obviously of music, like we've talked about this entire time. So getting to work with other musicians outside of the beatbox world in a band and being able to go and jam with them on this, well, bringing beatboxing and looping into it, it's such an interesting experience. And what you guys put out, the one video, you're like, it's like black and white and the car is driving through, and there's, it's,
Yeah.
I forget which one that was, but I think it was watts, something watts.
Milliwatts. Wait, milliwatt. Yeah.
Yeah.
It means accélère, comment on dit? Like go with the gas pedal. Let's go. Go fast.
Go fast. Okay, but that was, I enjoyed that one, and there's a bunch of great music. So people, once again, go and check them out. Once again, if you look up Corbo, it'll come up, and they have an EP out currently. So make sure that you go and check out the music
Peace and
there.
love.
Also, could you kind of go and talk to me a little bit more about your other group that I mentioned? I wanted to go and ask because I saw you put some videos out with them, and it's you and 2 gentlemen singing, and you're playing guitar and singing, and it's the brothers, and I'm not sure what Chartreuse means.
Chartreuse. It's a French alcohol. Basically, it's my they are sorry, my 2 best friends, and they are not professional musicians, and we like to, since a long time, to sing together. Let me try to say this in English. Chanson paillarde. Bawdy songs.
Bawdy?
Bawdy.
Maybe rowdy songs,
it's
or
like old songs talking about sex, like. It's like old funny songs, yeah, that you learn when you were a kid, and you hide from your parents to learn them, and it's like funny songs, and and yeah, the name Frère Chartreuse. Chartreuse is a French alcohol, very strong, and it's like a band with my 2 best friends just for fun. But we played very big shows together.
From a joke to the main stage.
Yeah, kind of. kind of.
Oh man, is there?
I
do
know
you-
I know in Quebec they have a lot of songs like this also, but
Yep,
I don't know
I've
how
heard
we
a
call
few.
those songs in English.
Yeah, well, it's funny though. It's something that again you just look like you're having fun when you were singing with them. So it's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun to go and have that musical release as well to go and play around. But hey, couple big shows, you never can be frustrated about that as well. Uh, and you do have stuff out there, so everyone go and take a look at it if you want to go and hear some funny things out there. If you're 18 plus or something like that, just to make sure that parental warning involved. And as well, one of the last groups that I really found anything on was the group you guys had a show where it was the Tumbak company, which is body percussion,
Yep.
and you would go and be able to do shows with the Eurythmic show as a thing that you would tour. And you still work with them and still do shows with them as well, from what I can see.
Yep. Yeah, it's people I work with till 5 or 6 years, and I love. It helped me a lot in my own music evolution. It's a guy called Stéphane Grosjean, with very. It's like we have the beatbox community, and there is a body percussion community, and he's very famous in this community, and he's very good. And he create shows with different arts, sing, dance, body percussions, and stuff like this. And this is what means the word eurythmic. It means being capable of all is in one. Sing, rhythm, the body, all is one. This means this. And I learned a lot working with them because he made me dance, and I'm a very bad dancer. But it's not dance like it's more
Hold on, do that again.
more like no.
Oh. All right.
It's more like contemporary. Is it English? I don't know.
Contemporary, yes.
Contemporary dance, like movements, and very hard, very hard. And I learned a lot, and I still work with them. We have two different shows. One where we are 8 on stage, 7 on stage, and one where I only play the music, and we make the crowd dance. This is the deal. We are on stage, but this is the crowd who dance, and I make the music. And this is a new show with the same company, Tumbak. Yep.
Well, man, you have a lot of different projects on the go, and just for people that are starting to beatboxers specifically, let's say, what advice would you give for people that are starting to work with maybe bigger productions or different musicians or getting into a band? What's some basic advice you'd give for people out there that are thinking about joining up to these things that you can advise them on?
For sure, not only beatbox alone. For sure, beatbox with other beatboxers, or if you can, with instrumentists. I don't say the word musicians because beatboxers are musicians, but to work with different instruments is you learn a lot. Because if you beatbox, you have the drum part, and if you beatbox too fast, it will not work with the others. So you learn to listen to yourself and to the others, and it's the best school for me. And also to get confident and learn and work your ear. Yeah, I would say this. Work your ear.
And that's again something before we get into another section of the show that I saw right off the bat too. When you were touring with Box Office, Sebe would play the clarinet, and you would also, and it was bass clarinet I think as well, if I'm not mistaken. But you would be able to pair with him, and from early on you were already collabing with other artists, and even very early on, even before it was like 2008. It's still out there. But 2008, You did a remix of Cindy Sander. Cindy Sander.
How did you get this one?
A lot of time on my hands.
Wow.
But you were producing and singing and playing guitar and playing piano and doing this.
It's a joke. Wow. If there is French people watching, and French people old enough to remember Cindy Sanders, she was she was doing a TV show like Friends Got Talent or something, and she was very, very bad and and doing a very stupid song called Papillon de Lumière, wesh. Light Butterfly, and I just made fun of this doing a remix. Yeah, what?
Well, it's still out there in the world. So
Really?
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I'll remind you about it. Oh man, but it's just I don't know, man. I got you. I'll find everything. I'll put it to my dirt. But
Kim,
man,
I told Kim that I will do a Beyond the Beats, and he told me that you will know everything about me, everything, and he was right.
Hey now. Big shout out to Kim. I try my best on this show. I do like diving into it and finding out about the person because it's very interesting. Every beatboxer that I've got to talk to in their career and the way they approach beatboxing, the way they do all these things. So I'm glad I could put a smile on your face with that one at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna change this up for a second. We're gonna get into a section of the show called
Rapid Fire. Rapid Fire.
All right, so rapid fire. The way this is going to work is I'm going to ask you questions, and I want you to try to answer them immediately as quick as you can, okay?
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 67, Beyond the Beats. We are here live and direct with Robin, and we're about to get into
Rapid Fire.
First question. Who is your current favorite solo beatboxer?
D-Lo.
Who is your current favorite tag team?
Spider Horse.
Current favorite crew?
Berrywam.
Current favorite loop station artist?
Saro Torsen.
Current favorite solo sound that you do?
The spit snare.
What's one sound you want to learn?
Do the voices like Jin. But I can't do it.
Yet. Current favorite sound effect on the RC505 Mark II?
Guitar to bass.
What is your favorite French food?
Cheese, wine, and charcuterie. How do you say this?
Charcuterie.
You got it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
What is your current... Let me see. What is your favorite wine? Red or white?
Au Médoc. It's near Bordeaux.
All right. Favorite football team?
My hometown, Le Mans, but we are in third division.
Favorite football player?
Mbappé.
He's dope. Favorite country you visited so far, if you had to pick one?
India.
I saw you did a good couple months there. Also, I wanted to go and ask, how long did it take you to build a pool out of pallets?
3 weeks.
Where did you get your pallets from? Did you buy them, or make them, or did you find them at a warehouse?
I found them other warehouse.
Favorite Bob Marley song?
I shot the sheriff.
All right, and last but not least, or I'll give you two more. Who do you think is going to win the SBX Kickback Battle 2021 Loop Station Edition RC505 Mark II?
I can't respond.
Okay.
We are all capable of winning.
Okay. And my last question will be, who do you think is going to win the GBB solo division, World League 2021, if you had to pick one out of the competitors that you know right off the top of your head?
Solo beatbox?
Yes.
River.
Oh, let's go. Rapid fire. Ladies and gentlemen, that was rapid fire right here. Next on, we go to a few questions from
my friend Papuni.
My friend Papuni
has a few questions for you. Aight. So, first of all,
my friend Papuni
says, what's good in the hood? That's what he says.
Hood?
What is good in the hood? That's what he asks you.
It means, how are you?
I think so.
It's good. What's good in the hood? Like Robin Hood?
I'm not sure. He just said, what's good in the hood?
I'm fine. Very good.
All right.
My friend Papuni
wants to know which category you enjoy. Oh, which category do you like to battle the most in? Solo, loop, crew, tag, double loop?
Loop station, I guess. Yeah. Solo loop, yeah.
All right.
My friend Papuni
wants to know, who is an artist you would love to collab with in the beatbox community?
There's so many. So many.
Okay, let's go top three. Top three beatboxers you want to do videos with or collaborate with.
I would love to collab with Trung Bao because he sounds so good and this is so good in visuals, and I also tried a few visuals since the lockdown, but I'm really a beginner, and yeah, would love to do something with him and do songs with Thorsen. I would love, and B14 maybe, and with Saro of course, and we were like we could do something together, like a song or something, but we did not take the time yet to do it, and I would love to.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that collaboration, all of those, if you can make those happen. Maybe GBB will be the time.
My friend Papuni
wants to know, outside of the beatbox community, what artist would you like to collaborate with? Is there somebody you want to go and make a song with, obviously, but who is someone that you'd like to?
Marc Rébillet.
He responded to one of your videos, correct?
He gave me a like on Instagram. That's the only thing he gave me. I want more.
Well, if you're listening out there, get on it.
Yeah, he's very sick and with the loop station and such a good improvisator. I don't know. And if I have to dream like bigger, I'm a huge fan of the band Radiohead. Like I'm a group years since they are, and would love to, if one day never knows, to beatbox with Tom York. Yeah, we'll see.
Hey, well, they might have seen one of your covers, so they could maybe find it. You'll see.
I'm not sure.
Hey, never know. You never know though. Never know.
My friend Papuni
wants to know. Okay, we already answered that. Let's go with this question. Where do you see beatboxing developing in the next 3 to 5 years? That's a very open-ended question, but where do you see the beatbox scene developing in the next 3 to 5 years, in your opinion?
I don't know. I have the feeling that it's since the beginning it's been bigger and bigger every year. Like more people doing beatbox, bigger crowds, bigger competitions, bigger hype, and yeah, I see this continue. And more local championships, and I would love for real that world championships happen again, because outside the fact that we don't know anything, the idea is so good. Like every 3 years, you take the champions from each countries and they fight together. I love this idea, and I would love to that it can happen again. And at the same time, GBB is growing so much, and it's getting crazy. And even the fact of being participating, I just enough to feel like you are a superstar or something. It's not the case, but if you understand that how bigger it has become the GBB, and yeah, I don't know what to answer, but for me it will keep being bigger and bigger.
Solid answer. I think it's gonna only grow as well.
My friend Papuni.
With 2 more questions. One question is, what is a brand you would like to collaborate with? Is there a clothing brand? Is there a food brand? Let's say outside of, Roland microphones. So let's say a clothing brand, shoe brand, food brand, drink brand. Is there something that you like personally that you're like, I'd love to go and work with this company?
No, I don't think so. I don't see any brand I can say I want to work with them. I want to have their logo on my clothes. Of course, music brand and microphone brands, but out of this, I can't say, because it never happened to me. That we proposed me some advertising stuff, but I'm not this kind of guy who'll wear brands just to show the brand.
That is very fair to say. Very fair to say. Last but not least,
My friend Papuni.
My friend Papuni.
says he reminds you, as an artist, you need to arrive in Poland October 19th with your crew, etc. And he's very excited to meet you again. Much joy in the process of the SBX Kickback Battle, and he wishes you nothing but the best of luck until Grand Beatbox Battle. So that was
My friend Papuni.
his message to you.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we have questions from our audience. There's a bunch of questions that came in, so we got a couple questions here, and Mirsa is in the chat as well. Right. We got Brez in the chat. There's a bunch of different questions. I'll start off with one from Dylan Box. His question is, he says, Robin, you always look so calm and in your element when performing for crowds. Is that the way you always feel? Is that always the case? Or do you ever feel nervous? And how do you fight your fear if you do? So do you always feel calm when performing, or always feel nervous? And if you do feel nervous, how do you get over feeling nervous when you're about to perform on stage?
I not always feel calm, and I can be very stressed, mostly before the battles. But I can control this stress and transform it into feeling calm. I mean, in my for my solo show, for example, when I'm on stage, I know everything will work. I know I will not do too much faults, and I know crowd will like it, most of them, and I'm calm. And on a battle, let me check one word. Oh, translate. Sorry.
No, never be sorry. I wish my French was better.
Huh? Posséder. Possessed?
Your process.
Possessed.
Like, possessed. Okay,
possessed.
okay.
Like before a battle, I need to be alone. I need to walk a lot. I need to exercise, like doing box, and to say to myself, you know your track, and it will be okay. And when I'm on stage, it starts. And if the 2-3 first sounds good, I will be possessed, and I live what I do. I'm very focused, but I need to my concentration needs to go out, and that's why sometimes I can do stuff like this, and also my way of singing in the loop station, like when things like this, I can't do it if I not do it 100%. So
you try and act from the bottom. You got to go and put it out there. That's good to have. That was a question once again for Dylan Vox that you answered, and I realized that my cam keeps on freezing, so I apologize to everybody. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes the thing's a whole weird thing, but regardless, we have more questions from the audience. Ish.
I was with Firebras yesterday night, so we did a few of course.
Yes, Firebras. One of my favorites. I can't lie. And just overall, I hope my cam's working. But regardless, we have a couple questions here. The one question is, let's go with this. Brez says a brand that he thinks you should work with would be SMEG Fridge. Smeg Fridge would be one that he thinks would definitely be working with as a brand. I don't know if you want to respond.
It's the brand of my fridge, and my fridge is full orange, and that's all. Yeah.
Full of oranges.
It's the fridge is orange, and you can see it.
Oh,
yeah.
Fair enough. Well then. All right. Another question that came in from our audience is, let's go with, someone wants to know Mirsa, who is again in the kickback battle with you. We kind of went through this. He asked, where did you learn singing? And you said you learned that in university. So that was something that you took up more in university with some classes, if I remember correctly. And
singing?
Yes.
Yeah. The first lessons of singing, I had them in university, yeah. And but it's not, when I say class of singing, is like you learn how to breathe, like not here, but in the down
diaphragm.
And yeah, and you learn how to find your natural voice, and this is good. Like before, I was doing a lot of fake vibratos, but this is all fake, but you can do it in a natural way, but it's very hard to find, and you have to be very relaxed, and it's yeah, I learned stuff like that, yeah, in the university. I don't know if it was the question, but
well, I think it was, and that's a good question. Again, it's hard to get those techniques. Mirsa follows up and says, did you see the Barlow t-shirt of Messi?
Of?
Messi. Did you see his new team's t-shirt, I think?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Ish.
Another question. You know where Messi just signed, right?
I've seen, again, I don't follow football that much. I play a little FIFA. Shouts to Heat, he got me into that. But maybe
he just signed in Paris, and he was since 20 years in Barcelona.
Barcelona, yeah.
It's a big thing here in France, yeah.
So you got some.
You put on TV, you have Messi's head, like 20 to 20.
Absolutely. Another question that came in was, and this is something I was going to ask you, but I assumed someone would ask it. So Would you ever think that there should be a category for Loopstation that uses instruments as their second device for a battle? So you'd be able to bring your piano or guitar or an instrument that you could plug into your Loopstation. Do you ever think that a battle like that would interest you? And do you think that's something that's going to happen in the future?
Would be so cool. I want to do this. Yeah, would be so cool. If I remember, the first Loopstation battle like ever was organized by Boss. Don't remember the year, and Tioneb won it. And there were also what's his name? And there were loopers using keyboards, violins, and stuff, all in the same category. And Tioneb won. And I watched those videos back in the days. And it could be so cool because loopers, maybe some loopers are more comfortable with instruments than beatbox sounds, and they can like blow our minds. And I want to see this. I want to see new people coming and playing very fast jazz improvisation or art metal with the Loopstation. I don't know, and see this on the stage of GBB will be great. I think it's hard to be judged if you do this. It's hard to who beats who, because if I bring a piano who can make 200 different sounds, and if someone brings just a violin, it's hard to compare. But I want to see this, and maybe with rules like the crew category in the GBB, like showcase and honorable mentions. I don't know, but this could be very good to try. This could be very good to try. Loopers and instruments. Wow, yeah.
I'd like to see. Well, it's like the growl up battles where they pair instruments with beatboxing. I love those battles, so that's been super duper fire to say the least.
And the next one is in 17 days in Angers. The next growl up, organized by my man Orphée.
Let's go. Super fire battles. Let's go with another question from Anios. Says, how many basses can Robin do out of curiosity? So he wonders, without a Loopstation, how many basses can you do for solo beatbox? Because he or she says they're currently trying to learn inward bass and started learning some beatbox sounds like a month ago. But what tips can you give for learning bass sounds, and how many bass sounds do you think you can do?
Back in the days, I used a lot the throat bass. But I have a very high voice. I'm tenor. When I'm a singer, so I cannot go very low with this bass, but I can do it. I use the nose bass a lot, and for guitar 2 bass in the Loopstation, I do this bass. And I love the lips roll bass. Is it the name? And it's I learned this sound very late, but I was so happy the day it came. like I will learn the post-snare in 5 years, I guess, or something like this. And it's hard to make notes with the but I kind of train a lot, because on the crew, for example, and like with Squid we are 5, and if you have a very precise bass note, it's very powerful on the crew. So I love this one too, and I can't do the inward. Nope.
Fair enough. So practice makes perfect, pretty much, is the answer. One last question from our audience. Fish. one last question from KBA. KBA
Right.
chimes in and says, wonders how your dates are going with your loop station.
Oh, yeah. Very good, very good. Because I've been posting on my Instagram stories pictures where I'm at bed with the loop station, or I'm playing poker with her, and I'm on a romantic diner with her. So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And,
Hey now. And a follow-up by KBA says, how good was the loop station, the Mark II? How good is the Mark II at poker?
at poker, it's funny because I did poker yesterday night, and yeah, very very. The she's very good at poker, yeah, of course, but not only poker. She also plays very well the caps. You know what is the caps?
Cups?
You have two beers. You put the the small thing on the beer, and you have to. And the MK2 is very good at this game too. Yeah.
All right, so there's many new functions. Many new functions. Okay, we had questions from. We had. Let me see here. We had questions. We had questions from
My friend Papuni.
My friend Papuni.
and we had questions from the audience. So, last question though. Brez wants to know if the MK2 is any good at Risk, and wonders if you can play Risk tomorrow at some point.
Yeah, when we meet with Squid, we meet in my place because I have a room where with a sound system and stuff, and we can train with good conditions, and we have every time we play one game called Risk, and you know this game?
Oh yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah, and sometimes we stop to play because we start to fight together, but like seriously, because it's a game everyone wants to win.
Absolutely.
And the last time they came, last weekend, we did not play Risk. So Brez was saying every 5 minutes, "Let's go play Risk, let's go play Risk," and he comes tomorrow in my place because we have a show together in 2 days, so we have to rehearse. But we cannot play Risk at 2 Brez. We need to be at least 3 people. Sorry.
Well, you have the KBA Mark, or no, sorry, you have the Mark II. You have the you have the 505
right.
Mark II, maybe.
Let's try. But
Well, maybe you just play chess. Oh, real quick.
Yep.
Rapid fire.
Is chess a game or a sport?
It's a game.
Rapid fire.
All right, there we go. Just going to go and ask you that every time. It's a good question to ask. So, once again, we had questions from the audience. We had questions from Paponi, and we had rapid fire questions. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we jump off of here? Is there anything that I haven't talked about that you want to talk about? Because I'm excited to go and see you in the kickback for your seeding round for Grand Beatbox Battle with Squid as well. I'm very excited to go and hear your new album coming out with Corbo in the next month or two. And again, more shows coming up with Tumbak, with possibly a few with Les Frères Chartreuse. You never know, eventually that comes on again. And more workshops for you to be able to do with the Organic Orchestra Company. And obviously you're repping for Squid as well, and Box Office, you never know. So is there anything that you want to talk about that we haven't talked about?
I can't wait to meet everyone in Poland. It's gonna be so sick, and you will be there, right?
We.
And can't wait to see you in Poland and see everyone in the real life. Yeah, this is the last thing I want to say.
I like it, brother. Well, before you jump off, do you have another piece you could maybe show? Something on the loop station, something solo, something? Because people have been asking the entire time again for one more little showcase. If you don't feel like it, totally no stress to you.
I can do a song, but it's not gonna be with the new one.
That's okay. That's okay. You save those rounds. You save those rounds.
But I can do An old one, yeah. Let's go.
All right.
I have to
Well,
plug again.
Yeah, man, take your time. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning on in. This is Beyond the Beats. We're on episode 67. We've been talking to Robin. Make sure you go and check out, definitely check out where all music is available. Check out Corbo for the EP they just put out, and they're coming out with a new album very, very soon as well. That is the group that he works with, so make sure you go and support that. But right here on Beyond the Beats, we're going to go end off on a positive note and slap it up with another showcase. So this is Robin. You already know what to do if you're at home. I say the 3, y'all say the 2 and the 1. In 3.
Ish. One, two, 3, 4.
If you ever come on this show, Beyond the Beats. If you ever come on this show, Beyond the Beats, you act like Robin did and slap up a showcase. Let's go. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Every time. Man, honestly, good to see you on the show. Thank you for coming. And Brez says thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate Brez you jumping on the whole show and talking and giving some questions, some commentary. So it's nice to have him on there. I hope you guys have a good time tomorrow. Maybe play some Risk. Maybe eat some, you said, chicken with some curry. So you never know what's going to happen. But again, man, thank you for coming on and spending some time with me. And I wish you nothing but the best when it comes to the Kickback Battle. I wish you nothing but the best when it comes to the Grand Beatbox Battle World League. I wish you nothing but the best when you do your new album as well. Once again with Corbo, I wish you just nothing but the best overall, man. You're an excellent, amazing artist, and I can't wait to hear more music from you.
Thank you very much, Scott. You're so nice in your words. Thank you very much.
Well, my friend, you deserve every word. because you're a good man and you smash it, and you're definitely a killer with a loop station as well. So gonna be awesome to go and hear these rounds. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this has been Beyond the Beats, episode 67. He's looking for that championship. He wants a wristwatch. He wants a time partner. Big shout outs to Fortis once again. Big shout outs to Boss and Roland as well. Once again, if you guys keep on tuned every single day for the next little while, there'll be seeding rounds coming out and then battle rounds coming out with Kickback Battle 2021 Loop Station Edition RC505 with that Mark II. Then we'll be hearing your seeding round coming out very soon as well. And if you didn't watch it today, check out Josh O's that just dropped. We'll be back with more episodes of Beyond the Beat, but keep it here locked on Swiss Beatbox. And at the end of the day, call your friends and family, tell them you love them, and keep that beatbox sword sharp. Keep practicing. And man, Robin, once again, thank you for jumping on the show, brother.
Thank you.
And with that being said, for another week, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what it is. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you for tuning in. And your boy Scott Jackson signing out. Much love, everybody. With that, that is time.